Sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we're making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're hiding the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
What is going on, everyone? This is Unscripted, and we are now on the ASAP Network, All Sports All Place. Me and Jay, man, hey, we have some history with this place, man, and I'm happy to be back. Of course, we have left Northeast Streaming Sports, BF3 Radio, nothing but love for both of them. We've decided to part ways, and we are now back on the ASAP Sports Network. Happy to be kicking things off. Don't worry, we have the same time, same days, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at 8, and we go live, of course. Check the comments. Check our Facebook page at Unscripted, all of ASAP's amazing stuff, and you can join the show if you want to. We have the link to the show in the comments. Just allow your video, allow your audio, and we will have you on the show talking some sports. Of course, I can't do it by myself. I'm going to bring in my boys. Frankie C, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, guys? What an amazing day. It's a new era for us here in Unscripted. We're in a new podcast group with ASAP. Like Logan said, nothing but love for BS3 Network and Northeast Streaming Sports. We appreciate everything they did for us, but this is something new for us, and we feel like we're going to be better with ASAP, and this is great. This is my first time with ASAP, and like Logan said, they're back with ASAP, both him and Jay, so it's amazing. I can't wait to start, and I'm actually excited because I get to see a new Heisman Trophy winner tonight, guys, live with you guys.
Hey, yes, sir.
And we also get to see Jay's face, guys. Look at him rubbing his chin. You get to see his face.
I'm getting that solo.
Jay looking good for the new era of Unscripted.
Hey, new network. You know, brings on a new beard, brings on a new era, brings a new fresh mentality to the show. And we're going to pump it up tonight, man. We got some topics. We got some Lakers. Everybody wants to crap on the Lakers. Frankie, he's a Lakers guy. He's going to stand up. He's going to do his best for him. You got Freddy in the house. I'm sure he's going to say something.
Oh, there he is. What's going on, Freddy? Our boy.
Man, it's time to get cracking. Let's go.
Let's do it. First topic of the new era for Unscripted, Week 14 NFL preview. All right, guys. Let's start it off. Frankie, what do you think, man? What do you got going on this week? What do you think is going to be going on the NFL?
Well, for me, it's a bye week for my team, so I get to enjoy and relax and sit back and watch some games and not get worried. It's going to be a good week of football. A lot of good games. The main two games I'm really excited for, honestly, is the Cowboys and the Washington football team. Because Washington. Yeah, man, at Washington, they're 2 games behind of the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys haven't been looking as good and dominant as they did at the start of this season.
True.
So if the Washington can pull off a crazy victory at home against Dallas, that's going to change a lot of momentum into Dallas. Washington's going to be like, we're about a game behind and we can do it. So that's a really good game to watch, and I'm pretty sure that's America's game of the week. So it's going to be televised. Don't miss that game, Jay. I'm gonna keep my eye on that one. And the biggest game I'm really excited for is none other than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against the Buffalo Bills. That's the one I'm excited to watch, just because that's a divisional game for me. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can pull off a victory over Buffalo, that gives the Patriots a good solid 2-game lead over Buffalo in the division. So it'll be a good, comfortable lead while we come out of the bye week and get ready for Indianapolis. But it's going to be a good week of football, and I'm excited. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep, I'm ready.
With the whole Dallas game, look, man, we're building up momentum. You guys don't understand. We just got Demaryius Thomas back in our defense.
True.
We're going to be welcoming back Randy Gregory off of his issues that he had medically. So we got our full defense accompaniment. We now got our pass rush. I'm talking about Gregory and Lawrence and Micah Parsons. We got our defensive front seven is locking in now. And we got Trayvon Diggs in the back. Come on, man. Listen.
No, that's good. That's good. But who do you got running the ball tomorrow?
I'm not going to let you disrespect my Cowboys like
that. Who's going to be running the ball tomorrow?
Listen, I've been keeping it real with your New England Patriots. I stepped out on the wing of faith to be bipartisan, not judgmental. Look, the New England is doing great. You need to step up and give my same props to my Cowboys.
What did I say wrong? What did I say wrong?
No, man. Listen,
I said all I said was I'm excited for this game because you got Washington, who's been winning games and looking hot, to where Dallas hasn't been looking dominant that they were in the beginning of the year. That's all I said. I didn't put your team down.
I'm gonna slow my roll and take a back pedal real quick. Then listen. At the same time, listen. Washington. I like Trevor. I like Heineke. I think he's going to be a great quarterback in this league. I think he's going to develop into something special out there in Washington. He's not going to be like elite or anything, but he's going to be a good game manager for Washington. That's really all they really need. You got McLaurin, you got Gibson, you got I don't know if Logan Thomas is. I think he tore his ACL or he tore something. I think you're
right. Yeah, I think he's out for a while.
Yeah, I think he's done. But either way, Washington is still kind of an up and coming franchise. But Dallas is getting their momentum. We got what? This is the week of the NFC East for us. I mean, we got to play Washington. We got to play Giants. I don't know if we got Philadelphia in there, but I know there's a few teams we still have left. But we're rounding into form going into these playoffs, and I think Dallas. Okay.
We got some debate already.
I think we'll be okay. I think we're going okay. I think we're gonna be okay going into the playoffs, man. But anyway, I got Dallas winning the game. Anyway, all right. What you got, Logan?
Well, before I go on and talk about my Raiders, let's welcome Freddy onto the show. What's going on, Big Fred?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on, Logan? Nice. Hey, welcome back, my brother. What's going on, Frankie? Nice to meet you. Now, McLovin.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not going to let you come on this show and talk about the Cowboys and act like they this Super Bowl team. They this playoff team. I don't want to hear that.
I'm guessing, did you come on and talk about the Giants versus the Chargers game? Is that why you came on? Because we all know the way that game's going to go.
I came on here to educate you about your Cowboys. Talking about at the right time. We ready to go. Nobody cares about that because you know what, Logan. Hey, Logan, Frankie. How old are you guys?
I'm about to be 29 in 3 weeks.
I just turned 24. Just turned 24.
Well, guess what? Me and Logan the same doggone age, McLovin.
Look at that.
And guess what? Frankie, he can't even remember the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. He was too busy drinking out of the bottle, getting them some milk.
He was drinking that Pedialyte.
That's right.
Jay was in high school.
Guess what? Your beard wasn't just straight. When you had a beard, it had a little curl to it. So I don't want to hear this when it comes about your Cowboys, sir. I mean, stop it. Pump the brakes.
But I tell you, man. Well, let's talk. What should we talk about? Should we talk about the Pack? Are the Packers playing this week? I don't think they are. I think they got to. Don't they got to buy?
That's a great question.
They're not playing this week. So Packers got to buy. So
they
are playing Sunday night game. They're playing the Bears.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
Grow your beard back. That's when you were smarter.
Yeah, that's true. I was a little smarter back then. I think it was too deep in the root system. But yeah, hey, you got the Packers, you got the Bears. Packers gonna win that game. Let's be honest. Right. Maggie, and Mike Hughes, if you're listening, man, I know you're a Bears guy, man. But listen, y'all going. I hate the Packers. I really do. I spent a lot of time living in Wisconsin, listening to those damn cheesehead people up there. And yeah, man, listen, the Packers good, but the Packers are going to win. They have a good enough team. Nagy, or he's not the right coach. Dallas is kind of in turmoil. I don't know. Are we getting Justin Fields or are we getting Dalton? Who's playing this week?
Either way, I got the Packers.
I'm not sure who's playing this week on that one.
I think it's Dalton. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Dalton is still getting the nod. I think
no, actually, Justin Fields has got the. I'm looking at it right now. Justin Fields got the okay to start.
Okay, so he's back from injury now. He's okay, so I think could throw some wrinkles in there for the Packers just because he's obviously a lot more athletic version than Dalton is. But I still got the Packers taking it. It's a game that's at home. They're going to be playing in Lambeau. Man, the
Bears also got Montgomery back as well.
Oh, that's my fantasy. But I don't think Montgomery's going to play a lot. He's got a groin injury. I think he's got a knee injury. So he's got 3 different injuries that he's coming back from. So they're probably going to load management that guy. I don't think you're going to get a full.
The one game I'm going to keep my eye open for is really a good one to me, and I'm looking at it right now. It's San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. That one is going to be a good game to watch.
I think Cincinnati gets back on track on that.
So do I.
And Cincinnati get back on track. 49ers, I think they're going to go down in this game.
I like Cincinnati better.
Jay, I'm about to get off, but before I leave, Frankie, this for you. Jay, you're going to be a very miserable man tomorrow. You're going to be very sad tomorrow. Hell, you might not even come on the show next week. You know why? My football team and the Giants are going to win. The Cowboys are going to lose.
Did you just say the Giants are going to win?
Hey, Frankie,
baby.
LA, we're going to get that win tomorrow. Hey, Dark Knight's coming for you, my friend. It's going to be sad. Hey, you better be ready.
I hope they played better than they played against Memphis.
What about last night, though? What about last night? Oh.
He's always want to bring up Memphis. He always want to bring up games where we lost, but he don't want to bring up the games where we dominate and win. Oh, come on.
You've lost quite a few. Don't worry. We're going to talk about the Lakers a few slides down the road, and hopefully Freddy will come back and join us when we do talk about that Lakers squad.
Hey, you text me, let me know. I'll hop on. You know I ain't never scared.
We'll send you a message, Freddy. We'll send you a message on Facebook and let you know. Thank you for coming on, Freddy. We'll see you in a little bit. But, yeah, for me, this is a make or break for my team this week with the Raiders, right? Because we're taking on the KC, the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think a do or die game. Raiders 1-4 their last 5, been struggling. They start off the season hot, and if they want to be playoff contenders, I think they got to win this game. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be tough. But if they want to prove to me that they are legit and they're going to make the playoffs, they got to win this game. I mean, because Derek Carr's had a good year. Right? He's had a good season. He's thrown for, I think, the 2nd most passing yards in the NFL. And they're right there at the cusp of being good every week. But with all the stuff that's been happening in that organization just this year, it's been crazy. But I think that if they can win this one against Kansas City, it's going to be close. But if they can win it, that's going to show me that they are a legit playoff team and that they can actually do it. And this is, I think, this is their first time meeting. Or no, they lost to Kansas City earlier in November by a good bit. So get some revenge, hopefully, and see what they can do. But if you guys want to talk about any other football games, or real
quick, if we did, I'll tell you another game that, like you said, it's a make or break game, and that's going to be the Bills and Tampa. And not so much. It won't be a make or break so much for Tampa, but it's going to be. I think it's going to be a maker. I think it's going to be a make or break for the Bills because right now the Bills are 7-5. They just came off a loss to New England.
Yep.
If they lose to Tampa, they go to 7-6.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of puts them out of, obviously the divisional hunt and maybe into a wild card hunt. But then they got to go back and play New England again.
Yes, it's gonna be tough.
Come on, man, that's crazy.
That's great. That's not crazy. That's not crazy at all. That's beautiful.
No. What I'm saying is they gotta play Tampa, which is a good team, and they gotta play a really good New England team. So, and they're sitting at 7-5, so they could quickly be 7-7 if they're not careful.
Yeah,
I gotta look up and see who they play after Tampa because we're like I said, we're on a bye week this week, and right after the bye week, we play the Indianapolis Colts, who are also red hot on fire, and they're also on a bye week as well. So we're going to get them while they're well rested, and they're going to get us while we're well rested. And this game is going to be in Indianapolis, and I'm excited for that one next week. I can't wait to watch it. But I need to see who the Bills are playing next week. Like Jay said, if the Bills lose this one, it's gonna be a tough one, make a break for them because they're in the wild card right now, and with the loss here and with the win on anybody in the hunt. they're obviously going to move up into the wild card, and Bills are going to be on the outside looking in because the AFC is hot. There's a lot of teams with 8-4. The Patriots are the first team that have 9 wins. But the rest got 8-4. The wild cards and people in the hunt, they're all like 7-5, 7-4. So it's all neck to neck in the AFC.
Hey, real quick, to wrap it up, I want to throw that real quick about Monday night Rams-Cardinals game. I think it's going to be a very big defensive, or I should say, it's going to be a very good test for Kyler Murray going up against Arnold and Von Miller and that defense from LA, and not to mention they have a pretty decent offense. So I think that Rams are going to give the Cardinals a really good test, and obviously I think if the Cardinals beat the Rams, it does put them in good position, getting ready to go into the playoffs.
Yeah. That's going to be a good game on Monday. I can't wait to see who's going to pull that one off. But let's move on to college. Not much college football going on today, but a big game. The Army versus Navy yearly game. Game that is already finished, actually. The Navy got the win in that one, 17-13. So good win for Navy. What did you guys think? Did you watch any of it, or what do y'all think of?
I actually did. I watched the entire game from start to finish. I actually like watching this game. This is one of the biggest games that I love to watch. This is our country, our nation, the people that protect us and serve our country. So there's no other way, to watch it or not watch it. If you're not watching this game, you're insane. If you're a football fan and you didn't watch this game, you're insane to me. Honestly, this is like one of the biggest games to watch, and for Navy to come out with another win over Army, man, I just don't know why Army can never come out with a win over Navy. Navy did a great job defensively today against Army. Army almost had it at the end, but they just didn't get it. They were right there to get the first down to keep it going, but they didn't just get it. So congratulations to Navy. They won the game 17-13, and for the defensive guy, what's his name? I don't want to say it wrong. I voted to you guys, so you guys, what I want to say.
Oh yeah. Diego Fago.
There you go. Yeah, him. He played all 4 seasons with Navy, and man, it was a great year for him.
Yeah, good year. Let's see, we got another comment here from ASAP. Dave Vetter, whoever that is, please put who you are in the comments. We'll give you a shout out.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Logan. It was a good win for Navy, but record-wise, they're 4-8. They're 4-8 on the year. For Navy, it's a good win because they upsetted Army, who were 8-3, now 8-4. So congratulations to Navy.
Yeah, big win, really big win. Navy Army had the lead at halftime, right? They were up 13-7.
Yeah.
But then after halftime, they couldn't put up any points on the board. Navy came out hot, got 7, and then scored 3 in the fourth quarter to put it away. And Navy isn't a passing team, right? They threw the ball only 6 times, but they ran the ball for 196 yards. So that's usually a great day for them. And like I said, the defense held their own. They pitched a shutout in the second half. They got 5 tackles for losses. They got a sack. So they were doing good, and like I said, it was a big upset for them. Navy leads the all-time series here. I see on Wikipedia, 62-53. So they're extending that lead, and also
they won the last 10 games against the Army.
Also, shout out Ray Cruz for your service, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah, here's the deal. So this game is always a hard game for me to watch because I never really know quite who to root for because. Fair. I got 8 years Navy, I got 4 years Navy, and I've got almost 10 years Army. So I spent time in both branches. I spent time in both branches, so my heart's always a little torn. But I do have more time and combat time with the Army, so I tend to usually lean towards the Army in these types of games. Unfortunately, we didn't pull it out today. And if you watch that game, watching this game is a lot like watching the New England Buffalo Bills game. Quite honestly, they just didn't have the snow. But they played very similar. Both teams run it. They very rarely pass it. I think, like you said, Navy didn't pass. Well, I think, let me see. Navy passed it. Help me out. How many times? Was it 4 times?
Navy passed the ball
15 times. He completed a 7.
No.
Yeah, right. So they went 7 for 15 for 100 yards, and then Army goes 4 for 6 for 80. These guys aren't. These are not passing teams.
No.
When you watch this game, it's all about who can run the ball the best. and who can stop the run. If you can stop the run, you're most likely gonna, and you got a decent pass game or a slightly good pass game, you're gonna win the other team. But it was a good game. I mean, you're not gonna get the flashiness of the bigger games, but like Frankie said, it's a patriotic game, and it's watching good run, like good running football. A lot of reverses. They do a lot of reverses and stunt trick plays and things like that. So you're gonna see a lot of wildcatness in this game.
Mm-hmm. Navy did a fake punt and successfully got it.
They pulled it off.
They did. Hey, they did. And congrats to Navy. Hey, you got the 4-8 now. And it was very emotional. They lost one of their midshipmen. I learned that tonight watching the interview, and I don't know. I didn't get his name. Who they lost, but one of their players did die
last week. Yeah,
unfortunately. And so they said they played the game for him. And I wish I wish I got his name. I didn't get his name. But congrats to Navy. Hey, you guys played well.
All right, guys. On to the next topic. Unfortunately, some awful news that happened the other night in the NFL world. Demaryius Thomas, star wide receiver for the Broncos, played for the Patriots, played for the Jets, played for a few other teams. Went to Georgia Tech. He fortunately died at the age of 33. Came from
That's crazy.
Out of nowhere.
They labeled that a medical issue, but I mean, they said he was having seizures though, leading up to his passing. So you got to think, so somewhere or another, those seizures must have played an obvious part in his passing. But what a great player! I mean, he played for, obviously Denver was the bulk of it, but Peyton Manning and so forth. Just a great guy. Had a big smile. Had him on quite a few of my fantasy teams, and I think he received like close to 9,000 yards. I think is what his career was, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got somewhere around the 9,000 mark. He finished just behind Rod Smith on the team for catches.
Yeah, Frankie, what are you about this?
Yeah, this is so sad news, man. I like Demaryius Thomas. He was a really great player, and let's not forget he's also a former New England Patriot. He played, for my team. He played with Tom Brady. I also had him on my fantasy team for many years. He's also a former Super Bowl champ with Peyton Manning. So it's really sad news to watch a guy like him and a player with his talent go at such a young age. And he just, announced his retirement from football this past July. So it's insane. We understand he had health issues and stuff. But the other question is, if he had health issues and he was going to see doctors and stuff, how come a doctor didn't see something ahead of it? Something had to happen. They saying it's a medical issue. Hopefully we get more news on what happened with the autopsy results and everything like that. So we'll get more news on Demaryius Thomas' death and give you guys more updates on that. But hopefully, they find out what happened, because I want to know what really happened. Yeah, this is the first ballot Hall of Famer, guys.
Yeah, he really had, I think, I would say underrated career, just because, with the big crop of wide receivers and, early mid-2000s, early 2010s. I mean, he was one of the best wide receivers there for a little bit of time, especially with the Broncos. I mean, he was there with Peyton Manning, the Tim Tebow. If it wasn't for him, guys, Tim Tebow might not have been as big as he would have been as he was.
Yeah, they came in the same draft, right?
I believe so.
I believe they got drafted during the same draft.
So he was drafted. His first year was 2010. So yeah, Tebow would probably be right around then.
Man, he's the one that knocked out the Pittsburgh Steelers in overtime with Tim Tebow.
But let me ask you this: his career wasn't a very long career.
No, he didn't play.
He only played about 8 years.
Yeah.
So has his body of work? Do we all believe that his body of work is Hall of Fame worthy?
Oh, definitely, because of his Denver Broncos career and winning a Super Bowl and stuff like that. I definitely think he's a Hall of Fame worthy, especially now that he passed away.
Hey, quick question for you guys: is Terrell Davis in the Hall of Fame?
That's a good question. I mean,
because he had about the same length of career and pretty much the same type of accolades.
I think
as what Demaryius Thomas has. I mean, they're very close.
Yes, Jay. He went into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2007.
Right. So that means and like I said, they're obviously different positions, but if you look at their career, their accolades are about the same. So I think Demaryius Thomas, based on that, he probably should get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think he should. I read that the Broncos are all going to wear the number 88 on their helmets this upcoming week against the Lions.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they're going to do a moment of silence, I think, before the national anthem. So they've got that going on for them. You got to think that they're gonna eventually put his number, I would think, in the ring of the Ring of Fame?
Yeah,
that they got
Ring
there.
of Honor. I think it's a Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor. So you got to think they got to put that in there.
Yeah, my heart goes out to the Thomas family. Very sad to hear, that he went at such a young age, but a very bright light and a very good young man. And I think the quality of the life, not so much the quantity, but the quality of life was definitely there. And keep remembering that he had a good quality of life. Yeah,
I mean, once all this news broke, all I saw on Facebook and Twitter was just everyone, whether it be former players, teammates, or just people in the media, just saying how good of a person he was. Not really even talking.
Always smiling. I remember him always smiling.
Yep, always just happy to be there. Said he loved being around kids, helping out kids with football, and lost him way too soon. So rest in peace, Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers to his family and loved ones.
And this goes out to everybody, man. Yep. Check on your health. Be serious about yourself, because it just shows that life is way too short. I'm a man that's about to, close to my 30s, so that's a little bit scary to me to see Demaryius Thomas pass away at 33.
I would say everyone just be good, and like I said, if you need some help, always reach out. But all right, guys, it is time to move on to the Lakers now. So, Freddy, if you're watching, you can hop back on. If not, I'm going to send you a message here in a second on Facebook. But,
hey, pull up that comment from Michael Petty.
Let me see real quick. Oh yeah, it just came in. Michael said, "I would love to be a guest on your podcast." Oh yeah, like I said, come on anytime, Michael. If you want to come on the show, we got the link in the description. Go on our Facebook page at Unscripted, or it should be in the comments of these videos here under ASAP and anything like that. So click on the link and allow your video, allow your audio, and come on and talk some sports with us. All right. So should the Lakers hit the reset button? Jay, I'm gonna start with you since you are not the Lakers fan here. You're
because Frankie.
If you say something messed up about my team right now, let me know before you go on, because I'll put my jersey on for you.
Hey, I'm about to give you the full real deal, man. And I know Frankie gonna be a hot minute talking about the purple and gold or yellow and gold or whatever the hell this damn team is. Listen, here's the deal.
Here we are.
Listen. I will tell you this. I don't think it's fully time to hit the reset button, but at the same time, I do think it's time for Russell Westbrook to go, or at least I don't like the Russell Westbrook with this team. I think he's just not the right guy for this hat. Like I said, he's an ISO guy. He's a guy that has to, in order for him to get a lot of points, he has to shoot up a lot of shots. And I think that just negates his triple-double. And I think as long as Russell Westbrook, I'm going to go ahead and say it now, Freddie. I'm going to tell you, Freddie, as long as Russell Westbrook's on this team and they keep playing him the way they're playing him, y'all ain't got a shot in hell at getting a championship. I said it.
All right, Jay, you said your soapbox. You good now?
What the? Yo, time out.
Frankie, go ahead.
You saying some caca-doodle baby crap stuff right now. What do you mean if Westbrook keep playing the way he do? Man, we got LeBron James. All right? No. Jay, stop it. Stop it. You're talking about a game that happened 2 days ago. What happened yesterday? What happened yesterday, Jay? What happened yesterday?
I didn't even see who'd you play.
They beat the powerhouse OKC Thunder.
Yeah, we beat the OKC team, the team that beat us twice. That's a team that beat us twice this year, Jay. And you were talking about it during our messages.
Look at his face.
Yep, that is his face.
Jay, stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it. My team is perfectly fine. I'm going to say right now, hell no, we don't need to hit no reset button. We're fine. It's still early in the damn season, Jay. It's still early. We still have LeBron James. Yes, AD needs to, obviously turn it around. I feel like, to me, the reason we're playing the way we are is because AD's not being that defensive center that we need him to be. He needs to step it up. He needs to score more. He's quietly shooting about 24 points a game right now. I feel that he needs to step it up as a big man and as a second role leader in the Lakers team. Russell Westbrook is Russell Westbrook. We all knew what Russell Westbrook was going to bring to the Lakers. Yeah, he sucks, but we need a leader at the point guard position to get the assist and to get us in the hole.
He's on your bench. His name is Rondo.
Rondo's our defensive man. He's leading our bench. We need a guy who's a starter to lead our start point guard position after losing Alex Caruso and losing, that Schroeder guy who's trash, by the way. So honestly, I don't feel that the Lakers are that bad. It's still early in the season. We're still better than the Houston Rockets.
Hey, okay, number one, it's not fair to compare the Houston Rockets. We're in rebuild mode, number one. That's the
Stop with the rebuild mode.
No, we are in year one of rebuild. That's ridiculous to even say that. Number two, only people whose teams are losing say it's early in the season. That's like the number one thing for people when the season is a dead end. That's the number one thing they go to. Well, it's early in the season. You know what? Well, then what is it when it's the middle? Well, it's the middle of the season.
And people who know that their team is so trash and never going to win a championship in NBA history always go, well, we're in rebuild mode. We're in rebuild. Well, we had 2 first-round draft picks this past year, but we're still in rebuild mode.
We got rid of everybody. How do you not go?
Man, you guys got Bradley Beal. He don't even want to play with you guys. You guys spend over $90 million on this guy, and he don't even want to play because he knows you guys are not in rebuild mode. He just knows that Houston is trash. Houston trash town. That's what it is.
I think you and Freddy must be related. Are you sure your last name is not Henderson?
Frankie,
can I go, please?
Go ahead, Freddy.
Jay, when I heard you speak all that heart garbage, I thought of this.
Not the sound effects.
Listen here, man. By us acquiring Russell Westbrook was not the most normal fit. This is not a great fit at all. 1,000%, you're absolutely correct. But we all know there's one person that can make this fit work. It is LeBron Ramon James, King James. At that, when you talk about LeBron now, from now on, Jay, you call him King James. You understand that? You call him King James.
How do you call it? That's not a king. Maybe court gesture. I call it court gesture, James.
No, you call him King James. And listen here, we got to realize that this team came in hurt at the beginning of the season, missing, key players to this team. So let's not sit here and act like that wasn't a factor when we was out at Kendrick Nunn, which is still out right now, without a THT, who's going to be a big part of our team offensively and defensively, and who probably our best defender in Trevor Ariza. He's still out as well. When we was out, Wayne Ellington, he was out. So we already came in the season banged up. Okay, then what happened? We seen what happened with Bron. Had the ankle injury. He missed some time. Stomach injury thing had missed some time. The suspension missed some time. The COVID deal missed some time. So in order to bake a cake, you have to let that ingredients mix. You have to let it cook. And I feel like we have not seen the ingredients be mixed all the way into this cake yet. So we cannot judge this team until all the ingredients is in the bowl. We can mix it up, we can bake it up, and then we can put the icing on the cake. It takes time to bake a cake. You don't just make a cake in 5 minutes. I understand. You're in a franchise that don't know how to win. But guess one thing about the Lakers organization? We know how to bake the cake. We know how to put the icing on the cake. We know how to win championships. Because that's one thing that the Lakers that we do. And one thing I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this narrative of Stephen A. Smith going on first take, looking like a clown, calling it over. It's not over because
it is over.
I've never heard of a champion come out, start the season hot. I never knew that we crowned.
You got tossed out of the first round last year. You got tossed out of the first round.
It's about who finished the season. It's not about how you start the season. It's about who is the hottest team coming towards the playoffs. And hey, Frankie, Logan, can you guys let me know we're nowhere near the playoffs? Am I right or wrong?
No, that's right. That's right.
It's not about right now. It's about to the end. So, Jay McLovin, I will come back on this show when the day we put the icing on that cake, and I will make you eat some of that cake.
He's gonna ship you a cake.
Hey, is that the same cake that y'all had last year in the first round? Is that the same cake?
Well, you know what, that cake.
Let me tell you something. AD and Bron. These guys, the majority of this team has played in the playoffs together. It's like their first freaking rodeo. You added on a few guys like Melo, and you did add on Westbrook. But a lot of this team has played together. The chemistry was there.
This is a whole completely different team. What are you talking about, Jay McLovin?
No, AD was not. He's not new. Rondo's not new.
We got a comment here from Ray Cruz saying Anthony Davis is real soft. He put the cake in the freezer, and it will still be in the freezer.
Hey, I'm gonna.
That's about right. That's about right.
Frankie, I want to answer on the Anthony Davis situation, and I really believe by adding Russell Westbrook with the LeBron, the person who took the hurt from it was Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I believe Frank Vogel should be fired. Is because the year we won the championship, the first play that we went to, who was who? Anthony Davis. We established our big man. Hell, why should Anthony Davis go out and risk it and play all out on defense when he's not even being a part of this offense? I mean, we're really treating him like he's the third option. Russell Westbrook should be our third option.
Exactly. But Russell Westbrook doesn't want to be a third option.
You know what, Jay? You know what, Jay? Hey, Russ, do you want to win or do you don't?
Let me say one thing real quick. Real quick on Russell Westbrook. If you watch that Memphis game, and this is what was interesting to me about the Memphis game, because you actually saw the flip side of Westbrook. He actually took less shots. He only scored 9 points. I think he only shot the ball 15 times. Russell Westbrook typically shoots the ball close to 30 times. He only shot the ball close to 15. I think he went 9 for 15.
Jay,
and the thing about it was his assists were around the 6 range. His rebounds were around the 9 range. He had no triple-double. So he actually, my point is this. He actually did what we taled about. Well, Russell's going to have to take a little bit of a back seat if they want this team to go anywhere.
Yeah, like 6 turnovers. You got to cut that out.
Jay, you know this. Russell played with the Rockets for a little bit. Remember?
Yeah.
When Westbrook gets in his zone, right? Because we all know he gets in those moments and those stretches to where he shoots the ball 6 for 35 or whatever, right? Takes 25 threes and makes 3 of them.
Yeah.
And has 15 turnovers. But whenever he has those good stretches of games where he's shooting less, he's having more assists, that's typically when the Lakers are looking really good. And Jay, you can say that when the Rockets were looking good is when he shot the ball less.
I agree.
When was that? When did they look good?
Not much, but what they did for a second.
Frankie, just sit there and look pretty.
I don't remember a time when the Rockets looked good. I mean, yeah, they made it to the Western Conference. Maybe when they had CP3, but
Frankie, they good when they met us in the playoffs.
Yeah, he don't want to bring that up.
But no, I'm not hitting the reset button yet. I do think that whenever the trade deadline comes up in, I believe, early February, January 1 and 2, that is when we're gonna have to come back to this topic. Because
absolutely,
there's going to be some moves. There's no doubt. DeAndre Jordan's going to be shipped to Hong Kong, right? Kent Bazemore is going to go to Latvia. There's going to be some guys leaving the team. There's going to be some new ones coming in. Russell Westbrook ain't going to get traded. No one wants that contract, right? He ain't getting moved.
He ain't going nowhere.
He is not going.
I will say this though: if Russ come in and he continues to play like he did when he started the season, because Russ hasn't been the problem the last 2 weeks. Go look at those numbers.
No, he's been good. Anthony Davis has been the problem last few weeks. Davis ain't played the greatest the last few weeks. He's been unmotivated, right?
Go look at LeBron James' numbers. This dude is averaging like 30 points the last 6 games.
He's talking about Davis, not LeBron.
Yeah, Davis, not LeBron.
Davis.
Yeah.
That's back to like what I was saying. When you're a big man,
he got hurt.
That's why it's always important to feed your big men on the offensive end because that gets them motivates them to play harder on defense. I think that's one thing that we don't do at all.
Right.
But if Russ comes into the season and he plays like he did the first start of the season, you best believe Rob Pelinka will be calling and say, "Hey, you want Russ?" And I believe one thing, LA, and nobody thought we would have been able to get a Russell Westbrook. They're like, how? Didn't y'all trade everything for AD that you got? One thing about LA, we'll always find a way. But can I tell you what my biggest fear is, though, about this team? And I was telling my mom this the other day. I said, this season reminds me of a similar season years back when we had a Steve Nash, when we had a Dwight Howard, when we had
dark days.
Ron Artest at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember this team floated between 500 that whole year when Kobe had to go on this crazy run to get us into the playoffs. And then what happened? The last game of the season against Golden State. He tore his Achilles. I just really hope that I'm really wrong about that, man. I really hope that we do not repeat history because That right there.
And the sad thing about it is that can actually happen. I mean, Braun has been prone to injuries, and so has Anthony Davis. I mean,
no. What you supposed to call him when you talk about say LeBron? King James. He have not.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying King James. I don't think
he ain't saying that till
you just said it. It's fine.
Yeah, tricked into saying it, Jay.
Hey, he has not been prone to injury.
Hey, my point is this, man. If you look at last year, I mean, they did have a lot of injuries. I mean, both Anthony Davis and Braun were battling hamstring issues, which was the biggest.
No. Braun didn't have no hamstring injury. No,
I thought he did have a hamstring. He had something.
No.
Well, he had some injury.
No, this is why I hate when people say, "Oh, hey, LeBron he's injury prone." No, he's not.
No, he was battling injuries during that playoff series. I remember.
Jason, listen. He's only had 2 injuries. They're soft tissue injuries. Okay, that's on him. But the rest of them, he had 2 grown men fall on his ankle. You let a grown man fall on your ankle, Jay. I want to see how steady your ankle be. Hey, I want to see how that is. I mean, so these injuries.
Well, they're 15 years old. I'm sure it's not going to be good.
Ankle. Jay's got some old ankles. His just won't roll. Them shits are gonna just break.
All right, guys, we got to move on to our next topic. Freddie, thanks for coming on talking some Lakers. And
we'll get you back on in January. Don't worry.
He is a Laker preacher right there. Thank you for preaching for our team.
Appreciate you, yes, sir.
All right. See you, Freddie. All right, guys, we're getting on to our next topic. We got to do a little bit of promo, so we will be back in just a second.
What did you say?
I said Kobe Bean Bryant has been overrated ever since he passed away.
Now, I'd say they could lose about 4, but I don't see them losing 5. You know what I mean?
Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays.
All right. Go follow All Sports All Plays on all of those networks you saw there down below. Frankie's still laughing from that promo.
Yeah. I can't believe he said what he said and the man got up and walked. I would have done the same thing, man. I would have got up and walked away. That was crazy.
All right, guys. We got about less than 20 minutes. We got to move a little bit quicker here. Get through all these topics on this Saturday so we can enjoy the rest of our night. Who, right now, is the leading MVP in your opinion in the NBA?
Yeah,
to me, it's
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
I was just saying that for me, it's got to be Steph Curry. I still think Steph Curry is the guy right now, especially how well he's playing with Golden State, how well Golden State is performing. And I think without Steph Curry, Golden State is not doing that as well as they are. Obviously, he's the main cog there. So I got Steph Curry as my MVP.
Yeah, I got to agree with Jay. It's got to be between Steph Curry and Chris Paul to me. Those two, the way they're leading their teams and doing what they're doing best, it's got to be between them two. And then the third person has got to be KD, who's quietly shooting a perfect about 30-plus points per game right now. And he's not even doing it from the 3, guys. He's doing it straight all from the mid-range. So he's a quiet third man right now behind, in my option, but behind Steph Curry and Chris Paul.
Yeah, I got Curry right now. Obviously, I mean, the Warriors are a great team. I got Durant number 2 because the Nets are right there, top 2, top 3. And then for number 3, it's close between Giannis and Jokic, I think. Just because, I mean, they both have really good seasons. Jokic, we know, former MVP. Giannis, former MVP. Jokic averaging 26, 13, and 7 as a center. And Giannis getting 27, 11, and 5. I'll give the slight edge to Jokic right now, but I mean, they're still not number 1 for me. It's got to be Steph Curry. He's the way the Warriors have looked this season. There's no doubt that he's the MVP at the moment. He said. Got Freddy still chiming in over there in the comments. Gotta love it. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, Hall of Fame. We know some of the older generation went in last week. We talked about it here on the show, but the big question that's been discussed for years and years now. Would Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens be in the Hall of Fame or be your Hall of Fame vote without using PEDs?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think both of them would be in the Hall of Fame, even if they wasn't for PEDs. And I'll give you an example of why. They did a computer breakdown of what it would look like if they weren't on computer or if they weren't on performance-enhancing drugs, and they gave numbers for with it and without PEDs. And so with it, the games won for Clemens was 354, and projected without performance-enhancing drugs, he was at 298. The innings were right at about 4,900, and without it, he was at 4,200. And his WAR was at 133, and without performance-enhancing drugs, the WAR was at 111. So the numbers are bloated because of the longevity of play, basically because performance-enhancing drugs basically extended Roger Clemens' career and Barry Bonds' career.
Yeah.
So that's why some of these numbers are kind of bloated, just because of the drugs did enhance it. But even without the drugs, they were still putting up pretty damn good numbers. And you look at Bonds, and I think Bonds had 762 home runs, but without the performance-enhancing drugs, he still put up 551. And with his WAR was at 164, and without the PEDs, he was at 128. And his on-base percentage was at 182 with the drugs, and without the drugs, it was at 153. So you can clearly see that the drugs did have great numbers, but even if they never, did the steroids in the first place, they still had really freaking good numbers. So, the time that really becomes down to an issue now is, what the real true issue isn't what they did in terms of numbers. The problem is it's a moral thing. Because if you let Roger Clemens in and you let Barry Bonds in for cheating the game and in terms of performance-enhancing drugs. But at the same time, you got to think about it. And that was a time when everybody was doing performance-enhancing drugs. So they weren't necessarily the only ones. I mean, the game was pretty much dirty from the get-go. So everybody was on those damn. They just happened to be caught because of who they are and how well how much more well they did. So I don't know, man. I'm torn. I still think you let him in. I think you let them in, but I'm also saying for the record, you let Pete Rose in too. Damn it! He never did a performance-enhancing drug in his life, but he's a damn hits king. Nobody has more hits than Pete Rose. Let the son of a bitch in.
And no one's got more home runs than Barry Bonds.
I have a question. I've read and I heard that David Ortiz, Big Papi, and Alex Rodriguez are going to soon be in the class of the Hall of Fame, or actually get voted into. Do you think that because of what Alex Rodriguez did with the steroids and everything like that, do you feel that that's going to put a stop to his Hall of Fame?
I think that, and also Frankie, the media hates him. There's been being in New York, he had all eyes on him to go along with the steroids and all that. He didn't handle it well, right? He denied it. And instead of just coming out and saying, look, I messed up, he would, he fought it. And it's like, because let's not forget, he was the first player suspended for an entire season.
Plus more.
Yeah, plus more. And that, that cut a whole year off his career. Yeah. When he could have gotten higher up in the home run rankings. He could have got, I know he got like 630 something, but he could have got to 700 maybe without all of the suspensions, right? So, I mean, I don't think they're going to let A-Rod in. I think they're going to let Ortiz in, because I know Ortiz did that in, I think when he was in Minnesota, and he didn't do nothing there really. So I think that they're going to be more lenient towards Ortiz because he's more of a people person, right? And
it's Big Papi.
Right, it's Big Papi. He's marketable. And they're not going to be doing that towards Rodriguez because a lot of media hates him, a lot of fans hate him. And so I think they're going to let Ortiz in before Rodriguez.
Plus David Ortiz gives out his money every week and
it's pretty crazy though, because freaking Clemens goes all the way to the Congress and says, I never put that stuff in my body, but yet you got the guy who said, hey, look, no, I put it in him. I had it in him. I'm literally injected. He ultimately found not guilty.
Right.
And, but at the same time, he's guilty. Come on.
Jay is so mad.
Right. And then I'll answer this and we'll move on to our next topic. I think that what both these dudes did is remarkable. They each played for 20 plus seasons in the MLB, which is a great feat by itself. Obviously Barry Bonds, steroids or not, it is probably the most feared hitter of all time, right? We've all seen videos of him getting walked with the bases loaded because they were scared he's going to hit a home run. I mean, I pulled up his stats, right? In 2004, guys, he got intentionally walked. They chose not to pitch to him 120 at-bats. We're never seeing that again. No. As for Clemens, had a really good career, but I think that it's hurting. I think we're getting more and more past it, though. I think more and more writers are starting to just kind of look past the whole PED thing, and that's why I think their votes are going to go up. But, I mean, they're running out of time, guys. There's only a certain amount of years you can be on the ballot. And I don't know how many more they got left on top of my head, but I think it's on the downward slide. So their time's running out, but we'll see who all gets in just a little bit. Baseball's got a lot to fix, though, besides the Hall of Fame. They don't even have a season coming up, so more on that later. All right, we got some college basketball here. Number 1 ranked Purdue got upset by Rutgers this past week. Big win for Rutgers.
Yeah, Purdue upset by Rutgers with a buzzer beater at half court. And the guy said, "Hey guys, get me the ball."
He got it.
Because Ron Harper comes out and says, "Give me the ball, and I'm gonna end the game right here."
Yeah, of course,
Tells him that. Tells him that, and then goes out and does it. I mean, how crazy is that?
Hey, when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. When you just feel it in your body and you're like, yo, I'm going to make this shot. I feel like I can hit this shot. Give me the ball. That's leadership right there. That is leadership. And what however you say their team, I can't even say that shit. But what they did to upset Purdue, congratulations. Congratulations. A half-court buzzer beater to upset them. There's no other way to hype up your home crowd and send these guys on the bus heads down.
There's no better walk-off, I think, in sports than a buzzer beater in college basketball, right? Because, I mean, we saw Rutgers beat a number 1 ranked team where hardly no one thought they would even get close to winning, let alone beating them. Right. Big shout out to Ron Harper Jr. hitting that huge shot. Son of former Cleveland Cavalier player, Ron Harper. He played from the league for a long time. So
same Ron Harper that played for the Bulls too?
Yep, played for the Bulls, played for the Lakers for a few seasons, same one.
Wow. Okay.
So that's his son, hit a big shot, runs in the jeans, and a big shout out to Rutgers for the huge win for their season. All right. Up next, we're going to do something on the ice here. Who of your top 5 NHL teams right now? Frankie, I see you grinning. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it's a grin, so I'm going to go with it.
No. I'm watching the Heisman Trophy. That's the ceremony.
All right,
they're currently about to announce the winner, but I'm watching because they just posted up some of their baby pictures, and I laughed because
adorable.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I'm pulling up the NHL right now so I can pick my 5 teams. I already know my number 1 team, and you guys already know this, is my Boston Bruins. I feel like they're number 1 to me. So,
all right. So that's number 1.
I got Tampa Bay at number 1 because listen. Oh no, excuse me. I take that back. I got Minnesota. at number 1. They are currently on an 8-game win streak, and they are 19-6. These guys are right now. They're feeling it. They are hot. They are going out there handling business on an 8-game win streak. How do you not put them at number 1, Frankie? I know you're a Boston guy but you live in New York, so you're probably the odd man out. But how do you not go for Minnesota?
You got to go with it.
Listen, Jay. I was picking my teams. I had to pull up the thing on my phone.
You had to pull up the standings.
Yeah, I'm a Boston man. My team always comes number 1.
It don't matter. All right, so you got Boston number 1.
Number 2 would be Minnesota.
Okay.
Number 3 would be Tampa Bay. Number 4 will be Washington, and number 5 will be the New York Rangers.
All right, Jay, who's writing out your top 5?
Yeah, so I got Tampa Bay at 2 at 17-5 because they're on a 5-game win streak. I mean, listen, that's a pretty damn good win streak. At 17-5, now on a 5-game win streak, they're number 2. Florida, I got at 17-4. I got them at number 3. I got Toronto at number 4. And like Frankie, I did put New York Rangers at number 5.
All right. For my top 5, I'm going to go with number 1. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go with the Florida Panthers, number 1, 18-4. They've only lost 1 game at home the whole year, looking really good. Number 2, Minnesota Wild, like Jay mentioned, 8-game win streak, 19-6 on the year. For my number 3 ranked team, I'm going to go with the Washington Capitals right now. For 4, I'll go Tampa Bay. And for 5, I want to be the one man out. I'm going to leave out the New York Rangers. I'm going to throw in the Calgary Flames in there. So just to be a little bit different.
Hey, guys, 2 years in a row, baby, Alabama has had a man take home the Heisman Trophy.
Bryce Young, we're not. There's a reason we didn't put it as a topic, guys. We knew who was going to win. I think we all knew.
Yeah.
Congrats to Bryce Young. He's definitely going to go, going in the draft, I'm sure. But, congrats to him. Big win. All right, we got about 5 minutes left. We got a big fight night tonight, UFC 269. So we're gonna do the two main title fights, Nunes and Pena and then Oliveira and Poirier. So who wants to start things off here?
I'm gonna start this one off, Frankie, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
I got Poirier winning because he takes the fight into the championship rounds. He won't be reckless. He's battle tested, and Oliveira is has more of a gambling style. And sometimes when he gambles, he creates errors. And I think Poirier's experience is going to win that fight. I think he's going to capitalize on those errors.
What about the women's fight?
Yeah, and of course I got Nunes. Man, come on, who the hell goes against Nunes? This is only the greatest female fighter in MMA history. She's beat everybody. She's got the right mindset. She don't make mistakes. Nunes is a more skilled fighter over Pena, and Nunes takes the fight to the ground. And if you think that anybody that goes against Nunes in this fight, y'all smoking crack.
Okay. All right, Frankie, what about you?
I agree with Jay for the first time ever.
Wow.
I agree with Jay on both topics. I go with Poirier. I feel like, he's a stronger man in this one, and I feel like he's going to become the new champ. Or I think, the new champ. Mm-hmm. And Nunes. Definitely Nunes, man. She's the baddest woman. I think, today she's overtaken Ronda Rousey and became the new baddest woman on the planet, man. This woman, man, if you go up against Nunes, you best to get ready to have a bruised and bloody face. I feel sorry for Pena. I hope she comes out alive in this one because Nunes is about to do this woman dirty. But I'm surprised that you guys aren't talking about my man Masvidal, bro. He needs this win. He needs this. He's still on this card. He's right there in the bottom. I mean, he's not in the main, big picture, but he's in here.
Freddy, he's so far down. I couldn't read that smaller print, man. My bad.
All right, for me, I'm gonna go with my three winners. I'm gonna go with Masvidal. I gotta go with him. I'm gonna go, of course, with Nunes. No one's beaten her, right? No one's beaten her for a long time. And it's crazy because Poirier's he's the favorite right now, and he's not the champ. That's crazy. Everywhere I've seen, they're picking him. Everyone's picking Poirier. I'm gonna be different just because I want to. I just want to be different. Why not? Screw it.
Oh, yeah.
Charles, don't let me down tonight. Retain your title. That way on Tuesday, I'll come back on here and gloat. And if not, then oh well. It is what it is. All right. Like I said, the Heisman Trophy. Oh, wait, explain this topic. Never mind. Heisman Trophy. I mean, obviously, we know Bryce Young just won it. Good seasons, though, from all these gentlemen. CJ Stroud, Kenny Pickett, and Aiden Hutchinson. Hutchinson, the best defensive player in the draft, I think. Right?
I feel he's going to be the number one overall pick.
Yep. And we'll see what he does against Georgia. That's going to be a good matchup. Kenny Pickett, we know the fake slide for Pittsburgh. That got banned. But a really good season for him. Probably, top three quarterback. And then Stroud at Ohio State. He had, I think, the Heisman for a few weeks. And then Bryce Young just came in hot and stole it from him. So that is, all of them are great. There's a reason they were selected. But Bryce Young is the best. All right. Last topic, guys. Urban Meyer. It's been said that the Jaguars suck. They're 2-10 right now. Trevor Lawrence ain't playing great. It said Urban Meyer's just basically getting fights with the players, with the assistant coaches, basically saying, what have you done in your career? I think he said called them losers or something. Like it's crazy. Have you guys? I
like the fact that after the Cincinnati Bengals game, he was out there in the bar getting lap dances and didn't ride home on the plane. That was the best one. Go Urban, I love you, man.
What do you got?
All love, Urban.
Urban is he's the man. He's the man. I love Urban Meyer. And it always comes to a heated rival between coaches and players when you are this bad in the NFL. You have a head coach in Urban Meyer who is technically a college mind coach. We normally see this in college coaches when you come from college into the NFL. Chip Kelly, for example. So you're sometimes not really that good in the first couple of years, but you you're Urban Meyer. You went into the Jacksonville Jaguars, who were also in a full rebuild mode, man. They got a new rookie quarterback. You had to add some players and stuff. This is a whole new team organization and stuff. They're learning to, to be together. I understand. You're heated. You're hot. It's we're 14 weeks into the season. You already know that you're looking to the future of a future, hopefully first round, maybe second pick or first pick, draft pick. But man, I love to see this. I love to see coaches get on the players. You say he calling his players losers and stuff. Well, guess what? You're losers. They're losers. When you're 2-10, you're losers.
But I like how Ray Cruz says, you lost the locker room. No, Ray. He lost the entire team. I mean, for front office, the only person that likes Urban Meyer on the Jacksonville Jaguars is Khan.
Yep.
The owner. He's the only one that likes this guy. Everybody hates him. There's friction from everyone at every level. The coaching staff, the players, everybody.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get cut. Unless half the team decides to walk out, But we know Khan tends to hold on to other coaches a little bit longer than some, but it ain't looking good, right? It's not the dream scenario a lot of people thought of the Jaguars could maybe be like a wild card team or just be better than what they are now, because right now they suck, absolutely suck. But all right, guys, that is it for tonight. Our first show with the All Sports All Plays Network has come to a wraps. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our first show. Of course, if you want to join us on the show, we're going to be putting the links out to our StreamYard account the next couple of shows. So come on in here like Freddy did, join the show, hop in on the phone. We go live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at 8 o'clock. Thanks to my boys, Jay McLovin, Frankie C, for making it happen, doing the best sports talk here on the planet. I have been your host and producer, Logan Landers. You guys have a great weekend. Watch some football tomorrow. And, big shout out to Bryce Young, the new Heisman winner. And we will see you guys on the flip side. See you then.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we're making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.